Animal-Assisted Intervention Timeline Infographic presented by Christine Hellstrom, occupational therapist. Terminology within the field of animal-assisted intervention has changed significantly over time. This lack of standardized terminology and definitions with regard to animal-assisted intervention has resulted in confusion within the field. There's a lack of explicit expectation of roles of both animals and practitioners. There's confusion with regard to the legal status and allowance of certain animals in public settings. There's difficulty with understanding the impacts of AAI throughout history, since past published studies have used a plethora of terms, and ultimately this has led to difficulty with gaining overall acceptance within the field. Although the actual use of dogs as an adjunct to intervention dates back to the late 19th century, when the famous founder of nursing, Florence Nightingale, noticed that small pets helped to relieve the anxiety of children and adults in psychiatric institutions, it was not until the early 1960s when the respected child psychotherapist Boren Levinson also observed beneficial findings when incorporating the presence of a dog during therapy sessions to include verbal communications in a child who was previously nonverbal. Levinson began using the term pet therapy at this time to describe the interaction between the patients and his dog. The term social lubricant was coined in the early 1970s by Elizabeth and Sam Corson when they discovered that having dogs present when working with patients with psychiatric disorders resulted in increased ease of patient communication with each other and the staff. Since then, a variety of terms have been utilized in reference to AAI, including pet therapy, companion animal, service animal, emotional support animal, assistance animal, facility animal, and so on. You can see by this engram the usage of the various terms spoken in the slide before and the increase in use of the verbiage, especially since 1985. It wasn't until 1992 that the International Association of Human-Animal Interaction Organizations, or the IAHAIO, was formed. This group is comprised of 90 multidisciplinary and international organizations charged with the intent to advance the field of human-animal interactions. In 2013, the Task Force for the IAHAIO Definitions for Animal-Assisted Intervention and Guidelines for Wellness of Animals Involved was established. The task force encourages all members of the IAHAIO to adopt and implement the following definitions: animal-assisted intervention, which is a goal-oriented and structured intervention that intentionally includes or incorporates animals in health, education, and human services for the purpose of therapeutic gains in humans. Animal-assisted therapy, which is a goal-oriented, planned, and structured therapeutic intervention directed or delivered by health, education, or human service professionals. Animal-assisted education, which is a goal-oriented, planned, and structured intervention directed or delivered by educational and related service professionals. Animal-assisted activity, which is a planned and goal-oriented, informal interaction and visitation conducted by the human-animal team for motivational, educational, and recreational purposes. And animal-assisted counseling, which is a goal-oriented, planned, and structured animal-assisted intervention directed or delivered by professionals licensed as coaches and counselors. You can see by this engram how the usage of the various terms discussed in the slide previously has increased significantly, especially since the introduction of the task force. More recently, the Animal-Assisted Intervention and International, which was formed in 2012, and the IAHAIO joined together to form the International Consortium of Animal-Assisted Intervention. In 2020 and 2021, they invited members to join subcommittees, one of which was a specific work group for animal-assisted intervention terminology, resulting in proposed terminology of animal-assisted treatment, which refers to a class of mental or physical health professional treatment modalities for which the integration of animals, directly or indirectly, is a critical component of the treatment approach of the professional. Animal-assisted education refers to any educational program in which animals are integrated, directly or indirectly, as a critical component of an ongoing educational process. And animal-assisted support programs, which is proposed to replace the term animal-assisted activities. This includes only programs in which animals are engaged, directly or indirectly, in activities aimed at supporting and enhancing the well-being of humans. You can see by my attached infographic the trends in animal-assisted intervention terminology, starting in 1964 when the term pet therapy was coined, all the way down to 2024 with the proposal of the new definitions for animal-assisted treatment, animal-assisted education, and animal-assisted support programs. You can see that we are getting closer to the adoption of standardized terminology, especially with the introduction of all the organization groups. However, we're not quite there yet. It's imperative that we as developing practitioners of animal-assisted intervention utilize the most current terminology associated with the field. Here's a list of my references, and thank you for your time.